Alright, I went ahead and pulled my box out so I could show you guys how I waterproofed the box and the changes I made from how Ranger had it to how I made it to where it pretty much stays 100% dry for the most part, unless I wash the boat and then water gets in there. So this is the edge trim that Ranger put in the boat. This is the edge trim that I changed out with. It's a little bit more beefy and it's easier to work with. You can get it on trimlock.com, I believe that's the website, and they have a big variety of stuff. So what I did is I removed this from the back side here, and I also removed it from the inside, because the problem with what Ranger did, Ranger put it in here and they put the seam on the back side, so if water got through the piano hinge it would drip and leak in there. So I put the seam right here. So this is the inside of the box, and then this stuff here I got it from Home Depot. It's just, I think it's like an 1/8 inch or a 1/4 inch thick foam, and the reason why I put it here is when you close this up, the foam touches and it keeps the water from getting through the hinge, and what it'll do is it'll just send the water right here onto this adhesive rubber and send it right here off the edge. And I did that on both sides, and I took this automotive weather stripping and I cut it. Normally it would look like that, and then I cut it just enough to where when this door or lid closes, it'll actually close all the way without putting any stress. So it holds open, and then now it's sound shut, so it doesn't have any rattle to it. Next thing I did was I took that same, if I could find some thicker stuff I would use it, but I just took 2 of the pieces and just put the sticky side up here and the sticky side there. Did it on both sides, and I also took some of that and put it here. This sits differently than the rest of the bottom part here, and I cut this down just so when it gets pressed back and installed on the floor, it's a flat press. And I use this, I believe it's called rubberized foam. So when you set it down on the floor, it'll create a seal and you won't see it. I also put that Trimlock trim that stripping here and here. Ranger didn't put it there, and what kind of got me to do this was the box would squeak when I'd step up. So I actually took a piece of Velcro and I just put it here, so when I put my box back in here, it doesn't squeak every time you step on the box. And that's what was causing that squeaking sound, was the rubber rubbing up against the box, and then water still was getting in there. So so the stuff you're gonna need, you can get this stuff at, you can probably get it all off of Trimlock. I was looking at their website and there's some better options out there, but it's just 3M adhesive. I got this actually for my Contender. I have a big boat up, and some of the boxes had water getting in them, so I just use this stuff to keep the water out of the compartments on that boat. You don't really need to do this, but I got this Marine 2-sided tape. Stuff's really strong and usually it'll never come up, and I just took a piece of thin plexiglass and I did it just so that the hatch stays shut all the way. And then this is that foam. As you can see how tight it is. It's that rubberized stuff, and then it expands out pretty far. I think this at Home Depot was, I think, 10 bucks, and then this is what I use on the piano hinge, and it works real well. But I might actually take it out and get some 1/8 inch rubber, but it's holding up good now, so I'm not too worried about it. And then if you are one of the guys that got rid of the foot panels here, you know, I mean, it could, you know, you'll see that stuff on the edges. So you might want to do it a little bit neater, and you'll also see, you know, those areas right there that are open. I kept mine. I just took my piece here and I cut it in half, just so my hot foot goes in straight. And I'm 6'1", so it's you know, it's just like, you know, you're sitting in a regular boat, and I don't have any issues. So I'll sorry about that. I'll end the video with this reinstalled so you can see the bottom part of this, how it looks on the floor, and how it looks all put back together. Alright, this is it reinstalled. As you can see, the sides here, yeah, you don't see that black foam, except for just a little tiny sliver of it right on the bottom. And it's rubberized. This is the trim piece here. You can see how it's tight up against that, so water's not going to get behind it. And then you open this back up. Like I said, you know, it kind of looks kind of ugly, but it keeps the water out. The gap here is gone, so, and the same over here. There's no open gap. It's pressed right up against that back aluminum wall, so no water gets in that. And then all this is just watertight all through here. And the same with that over there. And I haven't gotten water in it in the last couple weeks since I've redone it all. So, and I've gone through some pretty heavy rains. So if you have any questions, let me know.